Thank you for joining us. We are here at the post-match press conference with UCLA following our first match of the 2024 NCAA Men's Volleyball National Championship. We're joined by head coach John Spera and student athletes Merrick McHenry and Ethan Champlin. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and then open it up for questions. Please raise your hand and we will bring the mic to you.
Just impressive how much Fort Valley's improved over the last several years, and particularly even since January. I think a few years ago it wasn't a good volleyball match, and I think now we were all in on this match, and you could see the scores, and they made us earn every single point. And I think it's a credit to the leadership at Fort Valley and supporting Larry and Larry's coaching abilities and the vision he has for what he wants to do with his program, and really what the SIAC wants to do for the entire conference and volleyball. And so I just want to give them so much credit. I think it was a good volleyball match. I thought we played well, and we had to play well against a very well-coached team.
All right, question.
Taryn Rodriguez of IE Sports Radio. Coach, how tough is it to win the first game of the NCAA tournament, and were there any pregame jitters going into this match?
I think it's always tough to get out there the first time. Doesn't matter who you're playing. There's always nerves. There's always a new environment, a new feeling, especially when you can play a conference tournament. In our situation, it worked out that we were able to lose and still move on, and now that's over. Now you got to win and move on. And so I think there's always a little added extra pressure there too. I thought we handled it pretty well. I thought there was a little bit of nerves. I was very, very nervous. That was a joke, but sure. I think I had a little bit. You get out there and you're in the lights and the feel and the court. The court makes a difference. Like you don't play on that court except for this time of year, and so it has this visual of meaning and importance. So yeah, different.
Merrick and Ethan, Vinny Lopes here from Off the Block. Can you take us through that second game? You're down midway through, and then you come off, have a big run. What do you feel was the biggest difference late in that second game?
I think we had quite a few service errors at the start, so it's pretty hard to get runs. And then we had I don't remember who it was, maybe Merrick or Guy had a good run and kind of got us back in the lead and back in a comfortable situation.
That's when Rowan went on his run too, right? Wasn't that Rowan?
That was Rowan, yeah.
Ellie Shermer from Volley Kings. I guess for coach and the players, what's it like to talk about, or how do you keep the guys from not thinking about back-to-back? Just because it's right there and such a prestigious thing to do. How do you keep that either out of it, or does it come up and you still address it?
I think we addressed it earlier in the year. I don't know that we've talked about it much since. It's maybe I should, because it seems like such a distant memory in my own mind, and the task at hand is here, and there's seniors that have this opportunity in front of them to finish up their careers, and there's so much invested in their experience that I don't really think about back-to-back. I think about now and what we can do now and this opportunity that's here in front of us.
Yeah, I would kind of say similar. We kind of just think about right now, and we're just kind of focusing on playing one-point volleyball and how can we win again this year. Last year was great. It was one of the best times of my life, but ultimately that's over, and we've moved on, and we've moved on for about a year now. So I think ultimately, as we go through our matches each and every day, and as we go through training, it really is about how can we win this point and how can we win the national championship this year. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the only really thing we think about when it comes to last year was just that we've been here before. We know what it's like. We know what it's like to play in the national championship game and those kind of jitters and things like that. But it's a new year. None of these teams really care that we won last year. They're fighting for their chance to win this year, and there's a lot of good teams out there. So, yeah.
Connor Dollinger from the Daily Bruin. For Coach, both Merrick and Ito finished with 0 attacking errors in the contest. Can you speak to these performances and the importance of this efficiency going forward?
Well, it's probably the biggest correlation between winning and losing is offensive hitting percentages, and so obviously we hit over 500 tonight, 521. I think everybody hit real well, so it was a team effort. in that regard. It's good to get out in the court, play this match, get one behind you, be in the gym. This is a unique gym. Obviously, the depth perception and where the lights are is unique. And so I think for us to get out there and have some success is important.
Coach Vinglips here again from Off the Block. Want to ask you about Fort Valley State. Praise them a lot. They're continuing to grow their program. You've built programs from scratch before. What do you feel is kind of that next step in the upcoming years that Fort Valley State's got to take so they can continue to get closer to you guys?
Well, this is a big one. I think it is really hard to get to this tournament for the first time and win it all. It's just really hard. And I think when you're and they are building from scratch, so I think getting here, having a vision, a perspective, I think Larry's going to learn from this. His players are going to learn from this. Recruits now see them here. That makes a difference. So I think all of this is really the next step, I think, for the development of their program.
Hi, team. Rob Aspero, volleyballmag.com. Particularly for you, Coach Spera and Ethan, what's it like to be able to play for a championship and defend so close to home?
I definitely don't miss the flight, the jet lag, or anything like that. So it is nice. It puts a lot more pressure on the tickets. You got all of a sudden your second cousin you haven't seen in a while wants to show up. So maybe ever. So there is something about that. But I don't know, at this point now, you just come in, you're in the hotel, you're locked in. You're going from the hotel to the bus, to the gym, to the bus, to the hotel, to a meeting room, and you just do that Groundhog Day all over again, and you're just locked in on the next match and the next opportunity. And at this point, I think we've supported the guys enough to make sure they're not worrying about anything else. There's no more noise about the tickets or about any of those things, and they can just focus.
Yeah, having experienced this now for the third time, one at home where you're sleeping in your bed at your apartment, and then the other one in Fairfax. I think it's great to be here and close, but also be in that hotel and be locked in on what's going on, being able to be surrounded by your teammates the whole time, and just focus on the task at hand.
Taryn Rodriguez of IE Sports Radio, host of Set Point. Merrick and Ethan, both of you have been mentors and catalysts for this team. How satisfying was it seeing the underclassmen play like Luca and Matthew Edwards?
Yeah, honestly, it's incredible to see. We talk a lot on our team about how every person's important, no matter where you are on the depth chart, no matter if you're redshirting or not. So to see guys who come in every day, and those are the guys in practice who are impersonating other teams and making sure that we are getting better. And every single day, they come in and they do it with a great attitude. So honestly, being able to see Luca and Matthew Edwards get in and get a little love and get a little bit of credit this morning was honestly great, and I think was just really good from a team culture standpoint. And yeah, it's great to see them get their moment.
Yeah, not only are they great players, they're just great people, great friends, and I've had the chance to be able to mentor Luca a little bit, him being a freshman and having a lot of experience kind of at this stage and playing for UCLA for a few years now. But seeing them get in, it's just all kind of happiness, stoked for them. Happy that they played well. Luca passed really well. Totally. Matthew Edwards was able to get a chance to attack a ball. So just really happy for them.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good luck in the next round.
Thank you.